Hello lovely viewers, welcome once again to your favorite cooking channel. If you're new to this channel, you're most welcome. Today I'm going to be cooking with one of the scariest okay, it's not really scary, but it looks a bit interesting. Yes, it's called Eure in my local dialect. Eure, some call it Eure, and I don't know how you call it in your local dialect. But then today I'm going to share how to really work with this kind of fish. And I'm going to do this two ways, by baking it and then by frying. So just in case, even if you're not going to use this particular kind of fish, any fish which is heavy kind of fish, because there's a lot of fish like it's heavy, it's not so light, there's a lot of flesh around it. So if you're working with any heavy fish, this is definitely one way or two ways to go about it. To see, I'm going to make use of my pepper. In this video, I used some chili pepper, which was given to me by a very good supportive friend of mine here. And I used some Akoko besa as well. And I had some ginger and onion to kind of sweeten it up as well. So this is for the baked type I did. And of course, I don't go away without my local spices. I'm going to leave it in the description below. And of course, a bit of salt as well. So this is how it came when we ordered for it. But then I think it had been descaled. So there was no skin around it when it came. Usually in Ghana, they use it for momoni a lot. Momoni is more of like salted fish. It gives more flavor, especially when you're using the palm oil and stuff. So usually when we're cooking in Ghana and you want your palm oil to taste nice, I usually use the momoni in there. So this is usually used for momoni. But what I'm going to do is to bake it. And this is a heavy meat. So even if you're doing catfish, this is one way to go about seasoning. If you're doing tilapia, this is one way to season it. So I remember I shot this together, my tilapia recipe, like how to bake your tilapia. So just make sure that you stuff this up a lot, and you can cut, some shapes around it and then use it to spice it up. And then you just coil it in there. I'm just going to add the rest of the pepper to it, like the spice in there to it. And this is one way to go about your fish. You can actually decide to let it just sit for a while for it to really go in deep, or you can just put it directly into your oven. Either way, it's still going to work. But what you should know is that when you're doing this kind of stuff, especially for fresh fish, you always need a lot of pepper in there. So yeah, I baked this with my tilapia recipe, but I've already shared that on this channel. Yes, so if you've not yet checked my grilled tilapia, you can always go in there to check as well. I'll leave a link to that as well. And once it bakes for a while, I just take it out to apply some oil. So you need to preheat your oven at 270 for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes maximum to get the temperature in there well. Then you put in your fish. Now, because you're going to bake it, usually 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum, it should be done for just one fish. And I baked it in the Pirate bowl. If you don't have a Pirate bowl, don't worry. Just get a baking sheet and bake. Or if you have a grill pan, you can put it in and bake with it. It's going to work perfectly for you. So the rest of it, I cut it and then I fried it up. So for this one, because I was using the aluminum frying pan, which is not coated, I just poured in my oil, let it heat. Then I sprinkled in some flour, and then the fish went in, and I just turned it for each side to cook beautifully. This is one perfect way to save cost around here. So sometimes the smoked fish, you overly price it, and unfortunately your smoked fish get to be too salted around here. Sometimes I even go and buy it, come home and it's spoiled. So that's not always sometimes can opt to just buy your fresh fish and then you fry and use it for your soups and stews. So yes, this is one interesting fish recipe out there, and you can apply this to most of your fish stuff as well. Till I see you in the next food video, do live life to the fullest. Be joyous, be merry. Lots of laugh from my team and I.